legal pad pages, and then I just cut the crap out of it. And so it's chopped up. And I am going to tell you that I'm not going to read, there's no censoring here today except to say, Sue Horbogen, I'm not going to read the last stanza in this poem because I think it's a better poem without it. All right? The Intruder, number 1. Like the saints before her, my sister did not speak. He used a 6-inch buck knife. I could not see her face. I wanted to. I'd cut off my right arm, but I can't. 2. When we escaped as girls. I ran. My nightgown hit my calves like a horse's tail. We could not see what was before us. 3. Something about my mother. When I see her, the pain strangles me. I watch. I pretend I cannot hear. 4. Someone inspects my period as though I've committed a crime. I bury myself in beach sand until I am no longer ready. It's debatable whether I'm American. I decide to flee to Paris for no artistic reason. 5. I fired my father's .410 shotgun when I was 10. It ripped apart my intelligence. I began believing in ammunition, in passion, in the right to take possession. That's for Cynie Cory. Let's hear it for Leslie. You guys are awesome. We're on to number 6, and it's from this book right here. It's I was trying to write a memoir, and I was trying to write it in short vignettes because that's all I could deal with emotionally, energy-wise. And I got the first thing I wrote, I published here in Plowshares, good little magazine, and I just stopped doing it because it's too painful. So maybe I need more time away from this. But I like this because it's very poetic, John Smolens. And here's another one my father has not heard. It's about us hunting. And it's all in present tense. Now, I call this nonfiction, but you know what? What nonfiction is not? Fiction. So, I mean, I make stuff up. It's not me making it up, it's just what's coming out. But what I want to say is, you have made me who I am, and I just want to read this. You know, I mean, I love you, okay? So here we go. I need something to blow my schnoz on. Anything. All right, here we go. I'm not proud.
There you go. Just do a hockey snot.
Here we go. All right, so it's called Upper Peninsula Woods, September 1971, and then it's the beginning. It's supposed to be from this memoir called Whiteout, but it's obviously on hold. It's okay, sweet. I gotta just do the sniffing and stuff.
Wait, Liz has.
Oh, and Lizard. The best. You had to come all the way up from Chicago to give me this.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. So it's the memoir is called Whiteout, and it's there somewhere in the back pages of. The beginning starts out about a quote from Hamlet, and it says, "Sir, in my heart there was a kind of fighting that would not let me sleep. My dad put the gun in my hands. The barrel was cold. Cold like a rock you lay across in winter before it snows. But it's autumn now. The trees all around us are in full color. It hurts the eyes. My dad thinks the woods are beautiful. He likes the leaves under his boots and the sound of the birds rising up through the trees. He's so happy that he smiles when he names the colors of the leaves, red, purple, gold. His gun is tucked under his right arm. He tips his chin forward. Look, Charlie, that's what he calls me, a bouquet of yellow. I'm fascinated by the space between his upper teeth. I don't remember seeing it before. At home he doesn't smile. A red-orange leaf falls to the ground between us, and he crouches toward it, and then spins its stem between his thumb and his forefinger until it's nothing but a blur of color. Like a flame, he says, through the leaf. My chest tightens. I gulp the air. There's something about its sweetness that makes me choke. I'm suddenly hot, and I feel, like I'm going to cry, like I'm going to fall or cry. I crouch to the dead leaves that cover my boots. The smell is almost unbearable. I pinch a yellow leaf into my fist, pretending I'm interested. Its skin is waxy against my own. When I press it to my cheek, it warns me. Corpse of the woods. Nature's corpse. Torn skin beneath my boots, skin hanging from tree limbs, the sweet putrid smell of death. I'm holding my breath. Something pulls at my arm. I have forgotten the gun. An ache in my shoulder. My body shifts, edging me further through the hard, leafy earth beneath my feet. Then the sudden click, click, click of my spine aligning itself like a game of dominoes. Vertebrae clicking vertebrae. There is a physical weakness deep within me. Like my blood needs to burst from my body. And I realize for the first time that I have the right to walk this earth. And for the first time, at 10 years old, it occurs to me that I have the power to take a life, to kill a man. Charlie, are you listening to me? My dad is sucking on a wintergreen syrup. I smell it in the air. He rolls it on his tongue. I can hear it against his teeth. I don't like the look in his eyes. The weight of the gun in my hand feels so good. I don't know why I'm shaking. He asks me if I'm cold. No. Zip up, zip your jacket. Zip your jacket if you're cold. I'm not cold. He tucks his gun under his arm and yanks my zipper up to my chin until it hurts. The dog darts out of the thickets, and 3 or 4 woodcock crack open the sky. My father's swearing. God damn it, he says. God damn it. I clench my gun the way I clench my teeth. My father raises his gun with his left hand and sweeps me aside with his right. His watch face breaks into my throat. I stumble backwards. He squeezes the trigger. He pivots left and squeezes, pivots again and blasts the air. Just like a dream, like it's not real at all. A bird goes limp. I watch its body fall. I watch it fall through the beautiful trees. My dad turns to me, and when he smiles, he shows his teeth. His trigger finger taps me sharply at the shoulder. Good shot, he says. Now where's the goddamn dog? My father's eyes dart inside his head. Then he shoves 2 fingers in his mouth, producing a sound that splits the air around us. You know? Angus, he growls. Angus, you prick, get back here. What begins is a clicking in my ears, deep within the ear canal. It's a pulsing, running too fast, a click like madness. I twist a finger into each ear, but the clicking won't stop. It's now in my whole body. This click, 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 like birds beating their wings inside my ears. The click is inside this mind, the mind that is me. I hear the dog crushing the earth before him. I hear the speed in which his body bends the tree limbs, and I hear the speed at which the twigs snap under his paws. I rub my eyes with the tips of my fingers, but I can't erase the feeling the sound makes, or the sound that is feeling. Angus approaches us from several arms' lengths. The body of the woodcock is lifeless in his mouth. Instead of being happy, my dad's furious. He's yelling at his dog, "Get over here, you piece of shit, get over here." Angus looks my father in the eye. Drop it. Drop it. My dad spits, he's so mad. Angus thinks to the left, goes to the right. Then he circles around us like it's a game. I'm rooting for Angus because I know my dad is going to get him. In the end, my dad always wins. I just give up because in the end, he's going to raise his hand, and in the end, you have to look him in the eye and bear it. I love you. That's an homage to the beauty of daughter-father, isn't it? done?
Especially when you were supposed to be a boy.
I haven't changed yet, so. So, I think that might be a really good place to stop.
Yeah.
I have